This must be one of the most comfortable boots that I have ever tested. The Moab Merrell 3 high tops. And the question is, should you actually get them for yourself or not? Let's find out in this video review and testing and see if those boots are right for you. Hello and welcome back to the show. In today's video, we got a special treat for you. This is the Moab number 3. Moab stands for the mother of all boots. And I got the ultimate brand new edition right here. Yes! Yes! Oh yeah, this is it. I can smell it. It is that good. See, I'm wearing a matching black on black. This is my style. Now you might be asking yourself, well, is this the Moab shoe for you? Should you get the ninja looking shoe, or should you actually settle for number 2? And lo and behold, I have the number 2 with me right here as well. And you can see the difference. Two, number 3. 2, number 3. And you might be asking, which is the better shoe and what is the difference between both of those? Let's go into the details right now. So first off, the real test. This is good. This is really good. See, you don't want a shoe that cheaply bends in and out. Now the previous version was also this gray too. Now the next thing is the trackers right here. As you can see, this one has been previously enjoyed, very much so, and this one has not. And you might be asking, well, let's take a look. See, this one is all black over here, this version, I mean. This one is multicolor, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing that they actually made this one color code over here, so it looks a lot better in my opinion. But looks is one thing, and the Moab was never a shoe that went with its looks. Its looks was okay. It never had the best of looks. It had the best when you put them on and you're like, oh, this is good. So the only real way to go ahead and test those shoes is to put both of them on. Number 3 and number 2, the Moabs. Because there's no other way to know for sure which is good until you put both of them on. So right off the bat we have the famous Moab shoe. Their shoelaces always get undone. My only solution to this is double knot them, but it's not the best solution. It is good solution. The best solution for you, I don't know about that. Maybe get another pair of shoelaces. The shoes themselves are very comfy. They feel great on your feet. And you might be asking, well, what about the low top version versus the high top? I have both of them. The high tops are way more comfortable than the low tops. There's more arch support and they feel so much better. But when it comes to 2 version versus 3, it's really hard to tell. And if you have both shoes at around the same exact price, I would go for the 3. If it is $10 cheaper to get number 2 or number 3, it's a little bit hard choice because both shoes just feel really good and the differences are not this great to justify paying a lot more for number 3. That being said, because of the looks, and if number 2 is not your style, then number 3 is the way for you to go. When it comes to walking and movement, both shoes have a lot room to walk, and they feel really good on the feet. One thing about these shoes is, first off, what was the squeak? There's almost no squeak with those shoes at all. Now, that being said, it could be just this version, because I think I have tested a different Merrell that was very squeaky. So this platform, this specific one, is very superior. I think I did test one Merrell that was squeaky, and it's all about the bottom top. Now let's go ahead and do the Michael Jackson test, the moonwalking test. And yeah, these shoes are great for that too, in case you like to do this kind of stuff. Now the jumping test. Actually, this is really the big difference here, because I could totally feel on my right foot the impact on the 2, on the 3. Didn't feel the impact at all. So the number 2 is not the way for you to go if you do a lot of jumping. Number 3 is. Let's go ahead and do the jumping test again. And it confirms it, that the 3 has so much better landing support than number 2. I actually like the way the 3 looks, and just the styling, just a little bit of the way it looks. The styling is just so much better looking. 3 is the way for you to go. Just a little bit of this, you can see right here, this line is really something that ruins the entire shoe, and number 3 doesn't have it. So when it comes to the rating, definitely the 3 is to go. It's much better. It is better looking, it is more comfortable, and it is overall a better shoe for you to get. It is the ultimate hiker. And there's a few things here that makes this really good shoe. First off, the aggressive front over here. You can see how aggressive this is. It's going all the way up here. Gives you a lot of protection when you hike. The previous version was not as aggressive. It's a little bit more down. And that's one of the biggest key differences. On the back here also goes aggressive styling, going all throughout, and the 2 is not as aggressive looking. Although this is just for looks, you see the L vents, it's not really L venting here, but it does have in its sport bunch of L vents all throughout the entire shoe. As you walk through it, the actual air goes right in here, in and out, and you actually feel the whole wind, and anything passes through it except water. Unless, of course, you get the regular edition, which I got right here, which is not waterproof. And you're like, well, why don't you pay extra for the waterproof? Because after a while, all those shoes no longer become waterproof. All you have to do is to buy some kind of a nanotech lotion and just put it over here, and it's going to become waterproof. That's basically what they did. The only biggest difference between waterproof and non-waterproof edition is that application. And in my opinion, saving like 20 bucks is worth it. For some people, depends. If you need the waterproof edition, go ahead and knock yourself out with that. For me, the non-waterproof is just good enough. I don't go ahead and step on water all the time. But if you do, then get the waterproof. That being said, this shoe is the ultimate when it comes to comfort and style, all combined. Number 2 was great when it came to just one thing, and it was comfort and being a great shoe, but the styling was just off. It always has been an issue with this shoe, specifically for right here. You can even tell it is the thing that kept on ruining this shoe. You see, this is what keeps the shoe all together. but it goes all around it, and it just looks ugly. And everybody was like, what is this thing? This thing looks ugly. Who cares? My opinion, ugliness is one thing. Another thing is comfort. I'd rather take comfort over ugliness anytime. But with number 3, that's no longer the issue. They took away that whole line. It is gone. Where is it now? The whole line is right here. It goes right there. And with the black you can hardly see it, but it's still there. You can see it with some of the versions. So the black one is really nice because it takes away all of that stupid thing out of it. You no longer can see it. So when somebody looks at the shoe, they look nice and comfortable as well. So when it comes to the ultimate hikers, Moab is the shoe for you to actually get. And with the Vibram insoles, it makes it the perfect combination of slick, awesome shoe for you to actually wear. So putting this on, you will feel like you have nothing on you. And that's the way it should be. Let's go ahead and move this up close and personal so you can go ahead and check it out and have the final word in here. So up close and personal, you can see this. Take a look at that shoe. Wow. It looks so much better than version number 2. 3 is just kicking ass. The styling is aggressive. The look is spectacular. Now you might say, hey, you're complimenting those shoes. Aren't you usually a hater? Well, not of Moab's, especially not of Merrell. Merrell almost always hits the ball right out of the park. With other companies, they don't always do this. And remember, this is the flagship model. This is the best model of Moab's ever created. And Moab's really is all about hiking and comfort at the same time. So there is not really much to complain about one of the best selling and the best shoes on the market today. If you want to get something that is comfort, slick, and good looking, this is the shoe for you. To top it off, take a look at the stitching here. You can't even see. This is double stitch all throughout the entire shoe. You can see right here the double stitching going all through this. So they didn't actually take their time to make something that's going to break after a while. In fact, I can totally attest to it. You might say, hey, after like a few months this thing is going to break. I have taken this thing throughout an entire year and I have been trying to destroy them every single day, and they're still in a great shape. So I would say that the 2 works fine. The biggest question is, hey, I'm attesting for number 2. Is the number 3 as good? Well, that's actually something to find out by putting them on and testing it for an entire year. But with entire year of testing with those number 2 shoes, and I actually have low tops as well, I'm here to testify that those shoes are great. And you can see right here, you can see that this thing had taken some beating. It is a little bit of dirty, and you can't actually see anything really being messed up in the entire platform because this thing is built like a tank. This is the way boots should actually be made. And this is one of the best shoes I have tested. I mean, this is the thing that I'm wearing every single day for the entire year, the high tops or the low tops with number 2. So if you're on the fence thinking, should I get this? No, you should be on the fence thinking which style you should be getting instead, because those are some of the best shoes on the market today, and I'm getting nothing. I'm not getting paid for this. The only way I get paid is if you click on my link and get something from Amazon, which is like pocket change. $200 a year, not much. And if you're getting one of my shoes, maybe I get $5 an entire year from that. So, hey, I could care less if you get this or not, but I wanted to give you my honest and real opinion if this shoe is worth it for you or not. The Merrells, they are probably one of the most comfortable hiking shoes that I actually ever worn. And for a good reason. First off, they're very nice on the feet. They have an aggressive look, and when you put them on, they feel exactly right. That being said, unfortunately this new version of it feels a little bit not exactly right. And here is why. If you usually are getting 9, I suggest for you to test out the 8.5, because this feels just a little bit, there's like too much space for your feet. A little bit more than usual. It's usually like super tight. In this specific case, it's not. Now this could be just for the high top versions, because they had the low tops and it didn't seem to be that much of an issue. And it is a small issue, so try both of them just to see which one works better for you. In my opinion, it could just be that you might have to redo the laces. That could be one of the reasons. This shoe feels pretty good. The low top addition is good as well, but the high top gives you way better arch support, which is what I actually like, and they do feel a lot more comfortable too. Not only that, the styling is aggressive and it looks really good too. If you're going to be doing all kinds of walking with those shoes, you are in for a treat. Now let's go ahead and try out the jumping test and see how this thing goes. And with the jumping test, this is great. There's no real issue with that. Most of the time, boots are the worst things to jump on. Those are not boots, those are actually shoes. They're hybrid shoes. They're the kind of shoes that you wear, and you can wear this for multiple, all kinds of activities, including walking, hiking, and even running. Well, you can try out running, trail running maybe. I wouldn't really suggest it, but those are very comfy shoes. And you're looking at something that normally costs $140. And for the newest version too. And you might be saying, well, this is expensive for them, and I totally get it. But the link down below, check them out, because on Amazon sometimes they have this very nice offer for them, where you can get them for $80 or $70, and that is a deal. That's almost the same price as the number 2 version. And if you have to choose $5 between the old version and the new one, just get the old, not the old one, the new one. Just $5 extra is just such an upgrade. It is worth it. On the other hand, if the style and the core you actually like is not available, then it makes a little bit more thinking here. But hey, just get the ones that feel right versus the ones that look exactly how you want them to look. Not only they're super comfortable, they're also great for you to wear. The biggest issue is right here. What is it? Well, pretty much you have to double tie them. Otherwise they get loose. That is the biggest problem with the Merrells. I could never solve this issue. And if you do solve that issue, that's one thing. Unfortunately, every single Merrell has this issue. So this will never get a perfect 10 style because of it. Double tying them is annoying, and sometimes it doesn't even work. That being said, if you're a master and you know how to tie shoes, laces correctly, this would not be an issue for you. So go ahead, help yourself out, knock yourself over, and get one of those shoes, because they're one of the best that you can get and buy for yourself. You can see they have a lot of traction. They look great, feel good, and are awesome for your feet as well. Get them because your feet will thank you. This gets almost a perfect 10 star rating. And I'm super picky when it comes to shoes.